So I'm making this video to show a little trick you can do on Fiora, and it's a pretty under-noticed mechanic. You don't see this often because there's not many situations where you want to use this combo, but this is just something that you should definitely take a look at and know how to do because it can be used and it can net you a kill like it does for me here. So there's two things to this. So one, I'm going to show you the mechanic and what I did, and two, I also the way I chase her down is also very important to know, and we'll talk about that later. But for now, let's just take a look at the mechanic. So what I do is if you press Q and W at this, like it's almost at the same. You don't press them at the same time. You press Q and then W, but you want to do it like right at one right after the other, really fast. And you kind of just roll like your pinky and your ring finger. So you just hit QW. You can practice in the practice tool. And what this does is, so the way her W works is when let's say Malphite is ulting on me and I press W, it negates his ult and then he takes the stun. But if for example, if Caitlyn puts down a trap and I walk onto the trap, there's no way for me to W. Okay, she'd have to put the trap on top of me, and then I have to wait for it to arm, and then I press W, and that would cancel it. But if it's on the floor and I walk up to it, and I try to W, it won't work. So what I can do actually is do the animation cancel that I was talking about, where you do Q and W at the same time, and it looks something like this. So she puts down the trap, I believe right there. Okay, so what I do is I QW into the trap, which moves me onto the trap, and it stuns Caitlyn. Looks like this. See, and as you can see, I got the stun onto Caitlyn because she set up this trap for me. Really nice. I'll rewind it and show you one more time. The animation cancel is also very easy to do. Just practicing it in the practice tool will help with that. And another thing is, like, there are certain traps in the game that stun, like Veigar's Cage, Event Horizon. Caitlyn's trap is clearly something you can do. Zoe's Bubble you can walk onto and do this. But it's just a really nice easy way to catch people off guard because they're not expecting this, and this kind of makes Caitlyn's traps. She can't really put them down against a Fiora. Well, I guess in the lane phase she can't. Typically, Caitlyn's going to be bot lane, but in the late game she can't really put down her traps because it actually hurts her team because it gives me free opportunities to just land a stun. And as you can see, I just do that and then I all in her. So that's the first thing that I want you guys to see. The second thing is take a look at how I play this out. Okay, so right here in this situation, Caitlyn cannot fight me right now. She's too weak. She's stunned. I have my ult going on her. I got the first vital. I'm full HP. She's almost about to be half HP. She's also playing Caitlyn, so she doesn't duel well. I don't ever die in this situation. Okay, so me knowing that, she's not gonna come and try to escape by going this way. That would be suicide because she's walking into my jungle. There's no way she's escaping that. So what she's going to try to do is walk this way, okay, and either go to the tower or go into her jungle where she can get a teammate. So me knowing this, I want to be in front of her as much as I can. I don't ever want to walk this way. I don't ever want to walk downwards because if I do that, it gives her an opportunity to get a gap. To where I would have to close, or either she gets a gap wide enough to where I can't auto attack. So I always want to be positioned in front of her, and every action I do is to get in front of her as much as I can. So as you can see, I auto and then I walk forward like that. I'll even play this in slow-mo. I auto and then walk forward. Okay. I auto, and you see how I'm only walking forward. I'm never walking back. I auto and I walk forward because it's important to stay in front of her, and I'm also going to her escape routes too. And then I Q. Maybe I could have queued a little more this way. I originally thought she was just going to be trying to run to her tower. But I'm making sure that I'm staying in front of her because if I didn't, then instead of this gap being this close to where I can, or instead of the gap being this close to where I can still queue, if I wasn't walking in front of her, I would be over here, and then now I have this huge gap that I have to blow flash to cover, or I don't think I even had flash at the time. But as you can see, I maintain a very short gap even after she E's. I think I'm in Q range. I don't remember. Yeah. I was in Q range and I'm able to easily net the kill after I get my next Q. So that's essentially it. Just a little QW mechanic. You can also use the QW mechanic if you're running someone down and they don't have any CC, like if you're against a champion like I don't know, maybe uh, maybe something like maybe if Vayne just condemned you, Vayne just used her condemned, you weren't able to get off the W, you just have it. When you're chasing down the Vayne, you can QW, hopefully land their Q, and then it saves, like I said, it cancels the animation of her W, so it saves you time if you're just chasing her down. You QW, you proc the Q, then the W slows, and then you can keep going. But other than that, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.